posted. Gotta keep it posted. Gotta keep it posted. We got more clock posted with the poster. Bring it to know you're ready, posted with the poster. Bring it to know you're ready, From the streets to the television, we keep it going, ain't no intermission. From the streets to the television, we keep it going, ain't no intermission.
You know we poppin', just name a topic. Posted up like a palm tree in the tropic. Rozzy on the beat, make you wanna come and see. Mo to the C, radio to TV. You know she putting in work like she clocked in. Celebrity guest, never guess who gon' drop in. Television's best like a S on the chest. Who's next? Say less, cause you rockin' with the best.
Mo clock, posted with the poster. Bring it to know you're ready, posted with the poster. We can tell them we're ready, From the streets to the television, we keep it going, ain't no intermission. From the streets to the television, we keep it going, ain't no intermission.
I'm not gonna half do it, you know what I'm saying? I'ma do it right. They can see my shoe. All that work, they can see my shoe. Don't pay attention to the ashiness. My daughter said she was running low on lotion. So
not your
you know, we got the impertinent parts, the pertinence. All right. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Mo Clark with the Post Up back in the building. I'm super excited. I got not one but two guests, and you know, I had to like think about my my little topics that I normally do, because normally I cuss people out and stuff, but since we in the presence of the law, I'm going to abide by the law. So
the law curse too, but we're not going to curse today.
Yeah, we ain't going to cuss. If it slip out, really. If it
when
slip
do we
out,
post this?
Huh?
When do we post the link?
You can post it now. We live now. They
Oh,
just
we
heard
live?
you. They just heard.
Oh,
they
shoot.
heard all of
Okay,
that.
let me post. But they can only see you.
No, they can see y'all.
No, this is it. Y'all not gonna count us in.
No.
Hey, everybody.
You right there.
There we are.
Zoomed in. They can see the whole thing, and I gotta send this to JoJo so JoJo can pull up. The
Real
thing.
relaxed around here. Okay.
Listen, I'm very. Oh, that's Fred. Hold on.
We get calls.
Yeah, you get called.
Oh, this is good. I like this place.
Thank you for calling the Post Up. This is Mo Clark. How can I help you?
Yo, what's up, girl? You got your boy tuned in early and proud, and welcome to the spring and summer, girl.
Oh, hey, Fred. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. You looking good on that big screen, man. I got you on the big screen.
I appreciate it. You see my baby weight? She's 22, but it's still there. It's
You
still
have a 22-year-old? You look so young.
What's up?
Appreciate it.
Congratulations,
Thank
girl.
you.
Congratulations.
Because they be stressing me. Thank you, Fred. Fred, you see our lovely guest?
Hey, Fred.
Hey,
Fred.
Lovely guests. What's up, ladies? What's up, ladies?
Fred, I can't wait till you find out what they do.
Okay. All right.
You gonna watch the whole thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool.
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna holler at you later, Fred, okay?
Okay.
Bye, Fred.
Bye-bye.
Fred is a frequent flyer. He calls every show
Oh,
just to say hi.
love that. Okay, we like Fred.
JoJo, you get my stuff? All right, so I got to give you this disclaimer.
Okay.
Disclaimer. I swear this water, y'all, for real, for real. Okay, this is a disclaimer. If you know, do you know somebody in here? You might. Okay. If you know anybody in these slides, and you wish to literally plead the fifth, plead the fifth. Don't talk about it. Don't say nothing about it. We just pass right on through. All right? We ready, JoJo? We almost ready. We good. Here we go. Let's go. Jumping into moments with Mo. Go, Joe.
link?
It was in the email. Hey, we back, and who the first person, JoJo? What we got? Robert De Niro. Do y'all know who Robert De Niro is?
Who doesn't know?
Because
who
JoJo.
No.
JoJo said he don't.
JoJo, you're fired.
JoJo don't know who that is.
Are you kidding me?
You
He's
know
kidding.
the guy that Wendy Williams used to yell at all the time? That's my JoJo.
That's
I yell
your
at
JoJo.
Yeah, that's my JoJo. All right, so Robert De Niro is 79 years old, and he just stated he has a new baby. Now, the world seems to be a bit shocked by this because I think this is like his 7th or 8th kid. But the thing is, like in other countries, they really do be having babies till they like 1 or 2. So it's us that's got the issues. And I don't know what the issues is, but you know, hey, if Pop love it, we love it. I mean,
say have as many as you can take care of.
Well, my father has 8 kids, and he is 71.
mm-hmm.
And he has an 8-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 13-year-old.
71 and 8-year-old. So I guess everybody's concern kind of rolls into, you know, when you start going out to the kids' games and stuff like that. I just had an image. And he trying to climb the bleachers and stuff like that. You know, what's his safety? But he's still making movies and shows, and apparently his stuff still works. So, I mean, I'm not going to judge him. Go ahead, Robert De Niro. Be fruitful, multiply. That's what the Bible say. Do what you do. You know, they ain't say nothing about the baby mama, though. I ain't been able to find it. I haven't uncovered who she is and how old she is.
Well,
But
congratulations to the lovely couple.
yeah, if they're a couple. We don't even know if they're a couple.
Congratulations to the lovely parents.
There you go. There you go. JoJo, who next? What we got? Jamie Foxx. Okay. Okay, so the Jamie Foxx story is insane because nobody knows what's going on. For real. Do you know?
I don't know, but what I will say that I feel like is that when someone is a family is going through a personal trauma and dealing with serious medical issues, that it's generally all hands on deck, focused on the family. So it's like, I'll update you when there's an update, but right now we're using all of our energy to focus on making him better.
Yeah.
So it's really not, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't expect to have an update.
Yeah.
Well,
It doesn't need to be real time when it's that serious.
here's the thing about this whole little situation. I mean, I appreciate it. Like, whatever they pulling off, they pulling it off. The only person that's been able to pull something off like this is Beyonce when she had them babies and everybody didn't know nothing about nothing. But, like, literally, it is like hushed, closed mouth, all of this. However, it is rumored that he had a stroke. That was one thing that came down the pipeline. Because I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Cameron Diaz, the actress, she was retired. She came out of retirement to work with him in Atlanta on this filming of this new movie. And her and the props guy and the stuntman or whoever, they're all wrapped up in some type of scandal with trying to steal money from Jamie Foxx. So Jamie Foxx showed up to set.
I just heard that on DaPost Up.
Yeah, Google it. It's real. I swear, it's real. Jamie Foxx showed up to set one day. He was going off. He was just so upset. So if he did have a stroke or he did have something like that happen, I could see why. Because him and Cameron Diaz are best friends. They're really close. So Cameron has said that she's going back into retirement after this movie. And Netflix has resumed filming without Jamie Foxx. They're just going to use the stuntman. So,
Well, let's just take a moment to say that we want to send our love and prayers to one of the most talented artists of our time. I mean, he's so multi-dimensionally talented at everything. And I mean, it would be a huge loss for all of us. So we just want to continue to send prayers.
For a full recovery.
Yeah, a full recovery.
Jamie Foxx was the first person that taught me that lingerie is not the correct way to say lingerie, but that's how I've been saying it ever since in Living Color and Wonder. It is lingerie. There you go, Jamie Foxx. I appreciate you. Everything you've done, every movie you, like you said, so talented.
So talented. I mean,
oh,
wow.
my God. He did the whole dressing up as a woman when it was funny and it was fun, you know, and then it just, it's done gone somewhere else. But next, who next? I can't even do it. It's just, who next? All right, so y'all can't see this because I can't find the video. the Cabo Six. You guys are familiar with that story? Shanquilla Robinson? Okay.
Yes.
So it is being you're not? You
I
said
am not.
you're not? Oh my God. You do social media at all?
Bring me up to speed.
Okay, so that's the young lady that was killed by, allegedly. Let me say allegedly. That's the appropriate way to say it. She was allegedly killed by her friends in Mexico.
Oh yes, I do know this story.
And
Okay,
her
never
death
mind.
resulted as a fight.
Yes,
fight
yes,
happened.
I do remember this story now. Yes.
But, just recently in April, they did not charge the friends because they cannot determine her true cause of death. And when I say they, it's the United States cannot. So the people that were involved, the friends that were in the room, they have finally gotten them. They've mustered up the courage to start going outside. And they probably shouldn't have did that. Because they're getting into fights. I can't get the video. I want to see the video, but, people are saying that street justice is, it's insane. I don't even know if I want to see the video. Because,
Well, I never believe in street justice because of my profession.
Right.
I am a judge. So I do believe in the system. And, the thing about the system is it's not always the outcome that you want. But, we have to have a system in place in the hopes of having a more perfect system.
right.
And so if you cannot prove something, you mentioned that they couldn't determine the
Her
true cause of death.
Yeah.
So, again, not saying what's right or wrong, but I definitely do not believe in street justice because I believe that will lead to chaos.
Oh, yeah, it's already happening. I just don't understand. Why would you, okay, because this is going to come out hood, but it's just going to have to come out hood because I can't get my thoughts right. If you watch the video, we all watched the video with those girls in the room fighting that girl, okay? So we know they can fight. You didn't watch the video?
I didn't watch the video.
Well, they can fight. I would not approach these girls and try to fight them knowing they WWE wrestlers. I would not do that. That's insane. I'm with you. Let it play out how it's going to play out. But you already know they can fight. So what you doing? Why y'all doing that? So, whatever. That's it for Moments with Mo. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you. This is fun.
Now we're finna get to the interview. I have a judge in the building. I got some talent in the building. I'm super excited. Let me tell you why I'm excited.
Tell us.
I know you ain't gonna believe this. I used to want to be a lawyer.
Why wouldn't I believe that?
Yeah.
Then I had found out how long they had to go to school.
Okay.
And I was like,
You like this my stop?
But you know what?
Tell
It's
me.
really not that long. And it goes by really, really fast. Because have you ever been in something, anything in your life, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, I think it's going to take a long time. I think it's going to take a long time. And then you look up and it's been 5, 10 years. But see, here's the thing about law school. At the end of 3 years, you're going to be a lawyer. That's not a long time to change the trajectory of your life.
I mean, if Kim Kardashian can play like she did it. I mean, I'm not going to say play like I'm not going to say play like that. I think she really did do it. I don't know. I haven't seen
Neither do
credentials. I haven't seen credentials.
I need
But
some proof.
What y'all call that on the internet? Receipts?
yeah, receipts. Listen, I didn't know what that was till somebody said my ex-husband was cheating on me. I didn't know what receipts were.
Well,
I thought
been
they
on
were
social
receipts.
media
Receipts.
6 months.
You want what?
You heard me. 6 months.
Why? Well, okay.
She decided to write a book.
Right. She decided to write a book. And I can see why you would. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the book. Pronounce your first name for me.
Terrinee Gundy.
So I would have said it right. I need to stop doubting myself. I would have had it. It just,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be something fancy. Like
That's what you had in your mind.
people
Terrinee
say
is
Tarjay.
fancy.
It is fancy, but like how people say Tarjay, I thought that's what it was going to.
Terrinee.
Yeah.
No, it's Terrinee.
I would have had it right. I should have went with that. Okay, so you're a judge, but you got into this profession. You know what I found most fascinating when I was reading up on you? Your excerpt said when you were 5, you knew certain things at 5.
I did.
We're talking about 5 years old, right?
We are.
Okay, tell me about that. What what were you thinking? What were you thinking at 5 years old?
I don't think I was really thinking. I think that my parents really had envisioned a life for me. So the name of my book is The Daughter of a Junkie, A True Love Story. My father has smoked crack cocaine since 1978. But he's always been, 1, a provider, 2, a father, 3, a man who has an addiction. And so he raised myself and my sister, his girls, with a confidence and a work ethic that started very young. So I worked for my dad at 5 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so I talk about in the book, like, it's Christmas, I'm working, I'm running the cash register. Literally, I don't mean like, you know what I mean? Like if you go check out a Target right now.
I don't shop at Target. I go to Wally World. Price point lower. But go ahead.
Oh, I never heard of Wally World. Is that Walmart?
Yeah.
Oh, you got all the names, girl. But, and so my grandmother comes to get me to go with the other kids. My dad won't let me go to work with her. I mean, won't let me leave work and let me go with her to Christmas Eve to hang out with the kids. He tells my grandmother at 5 that I have to work.
Wow.
So I'm not sure that I was thinking at 5 that this was going to be my life, or that I was going to have such a stern vision of what my future would look like.
Yeah.
But my father did, and my mother did. And so I wasn't allowed to leave. I had to work at 5. I was upset as a 5-year-old is until he told me he needed me. My family needed me.
I think they were just instilling their values in her. I don't think they were necessarily like trying to check off a list or,
Right.
you know, put something, indoctrinate her into things, or maybe it wasn't indoctrination, but they had their values. I'm very intimate with the story. It's like,
That's
ready,
I mean,
and
that's
they
deep.
just instilled their values in her.
That's deep because
But at 7, the police came to my house looking for my father. Told me he needed a lawyer. I didn't know what a lawyer was. I just knew that I wanted to be able to help my dad. And so that's when I decided, okay, I'll be a lawyer. If my dad needs a lawyer, I'll be a lawyer. And that is really how it started for me at 7. And since then, I never diverted, I never changed my mind or anything. But at 9, my neighbor went to jail for something that I didn't think he did. I mean, I just don't believe that he had the capacity to do it. And so my father told me that he was never coming home. And he said because the judge didn't look like us. Well, again, I didn't know what a judge was. I didn't know what that meant. I just wanted to be able to help my friend and my community. And at 7 and 9, of course, I had no idea. I mean, I'm from Duval, the north side of Jacksonville, Florida. I had no idea what a lawyer or a judge was then. And I had no idea that they were related. All I knew is that I always wanted to be able to help my family and my community. And if my dad said that that was the way to do it, then that's what I was going to do.
I love that because when I always wanted to write, right? That was my passion. And when my dad passed away,
I'm so sorry.
that's okay. When he passed away, I just remember the doctor saying stuff to my mom like, well, had you got him sooner, if you got him here sooner, you know, he died from a brain aneurysm. But the thing was, he did go the night before. And I don't know with the insurance and all, well, at the time, I didn't know, like, okay, so why wasn't he given a CT scan? You guys sent him home. You sent him home. You gave him Demerol. It just completely took him out of his mind. He couldn't even tell us he was in pain because that's what it's supposed to do, take the pain away. And it just numbed the pain away to the point of, this is insane. And nobody was in the house but me and my mother. So when I go out the room, I see my mom literally carrying my dad on her back.
How old were you?
I was 18, 19.
Wow.
19. And after all of that happened, I just remember thinking, no, somebody's going to tell me what happened. So I changed my whole life. And I went into the healthcare field. Same thing. My grandma wanted me to be a nurse because there were no nurses that looked like us. And she was stuck being a secretary at the hospital because that was back when you had to pass the brown bag test, and they only accepted a certain amount of black women in the nursing program. And she really wanted me to do that. And I said, okay, I'm going to do that. but I ended up doing medical assistant because I wanted to learn. But honestly, I ain't like none of my healthcare jobs. That's not what I'm passionate about. That's not my calling. But
You know, it's interesting that you say that because I think there are 2 points out of what you just said. One, in our community, especially in Black communities, I think that we are drawn to doing what we have to do to help.
Absolutely.
What's needed.
Absolutely.
And so that's where you were like, I wanted answers. My grandmother wanted this. I wanted to be able to help her. Again, leads back to the family.
Yeah.
And I keep talking about this. It's a recurring theme in my book, A True Love Story, the love story of a Black family and Black community.
Yep.
But I also think that what's interesting is that you talked about your passion and that was not it. Because you know that there are almost 8 billion people on the planet now, I think, but it used to be around 7 billion. And I read a statistic that said only 3% of people get up and do what they love every single day.
Absolutely.
97% of 8 billion people get up and go do what they have to do to provide. So it's really a blessing when you can be a part of the 3% who gets to explore their passion.
Right. And it was still out there, you know, being in healthcare. I worked, I ain't gonna say their name, but I used to actually work in the hospital. And I remember going to get a patient, and he was a Caucasian man, and it was just me. I was going to get him. I was pushing him to dialysis or whatever. And he looked at me, and he was like, "Where's your help?" I was like, I guess I don't know. I'm the help. You can't push me. You too. Sir, if you don't, come on, take this break off this bed. Let's go. You got to go. And if you want to sit here and wait for somebody, you're going to miss your appointment. But if not, let's go. Wheels up. Time to roll, literally.
Yeah.
And he was like, when I took him, he was like, I can't believe that little girl pushed me and she got it. And I was like, okay. But I had the bedside manner down. I was good at that. It's just, it's not my passion. I want to talk to people. I want to be out here and meet the people.
What you're doing now.
Yeah, hear people's stories. I was so excited when Jerry brought me, well, we was at an event, and he was like, "Hey, I got somebody for you." And I was like, "Okay,
Shout out Jerry Clark.
I said, "Tell me about it." And he was like, "She's a judge." I was like, "Ooh, I've never had one of those on the show. This might be fun. This might be different." And then he told me about the book and all the stuff. And I love it because we don't get to see a lot of Black and brown girls in a positive light. You know, we see the TV judges, and they funny.
Yeah.
You know, but like, you're not a TV judge. You're like a real
I'm not a
judge.
TV judge.
You sit there, you sit there and you listen to cases, and it's great because it's showing young girls, you know, education, power. I love all that stuff. It's just, ooh, it's just exciting, right?
Yeah.
So you love
because
what you
even
do.
if you don't want to be a judge, at least you can look at me and say I can be whatever I want to be.
Absolutely. So how long have you actually been a judge?
I have been a full-time judge. This is my 10th year.
10
So I was a
years.
part-time judge for a year before becoming. So really, I've been a judge for 11 years, but I've been a full-time judge for 10 years.
Now, before you wrote the book, how many people actually knew your story and your background?
If you knew me, you knew my story. I've always been very transparent and honest about my story and who I am because I have, speaking of passion, a passion about eradicating the shame and stigma associated with addiction in their families. And so I grew up in the 80s. And back then, you know, it was just a terrible, terrible stigma on our communities and our families. And I hated that. And so my sister and I, Mia, decided that we were not going to do that. We were going to take the power for ourselves. So literally, I mean, she makes a joke about it. Literally, you would meet me and I would go. And she said that it's kind of brash because people don't really take it in. They don't know what to do with it. I'd be like, "Hi, I'm Terrinee. How are you? Da-da-da. I'm a judge. Da-da. My dad is a crackhead." Like, and it takes people off guard because I'm like, let's get that out of the way. Let's be clear.
And move forward.
The part that I didn't focus on, or I guess I didn't process, was that people would assume because my father has an addiction that I don't have a relationship with him, or that he's not a good provider, or that he's not a present father.
Yeah.
All false. Okay? My father has taken care of us my entire life. My father literally, along with my mom, built me and helped me become a lawyer / and judge. And he's always been an amazing father. So yes, he's had bouts where he disappears on me. We call it he's missing. So he'll be missing. And of course there's trauma behind that. But he's never not been there when I really needed him. He's never not shown up when I really needed him. And so hence the true love story.
Yeah, when you started talking about it, you surprised me with all of the things that you said, because, you know, we see so much depicted on television, right? In the stories and the people, they're in the houses, the crack houses, and they're just gone and they're not functioning properly. But you're like, no, my dad, he was there and he was present, and that's not what's depicted.
Well, he was either smoking crack or really present. He was never both. But if he was present, he was present. So he was a full-time father if he's here. He was engaged. He was teaching. He was loving. He was guiding. He was leading. So
they say every family has, you know, somebody like that. My uncle is addicted to drugs. I don't know which one it is. I'm going to assume it's the same one. And he's been that way my whole life. And I'm grown, and I have not seen my uncle. The last time I seen my uncle, I was probably in the 6th grade. And I gave him 50 cents to get me some chips at the gas station, and I have not seen him in person since. He never came back. And he has an amazing voice. Always has. He could sing Luther Vandross under the table. I done heard him sing. And the next time I seen my uncle, he was going viral on the internet at somebody's door singing for crack.
Wow.
And out of all these years, all the things that he's done, the drugs that he's done, he has not lost his voice. But the fact that people are laughing and they're getting a kick out of it, and they clicking the likes, and it make you mad. Well, it made me mad. I mean, I can't speak for y'all's story, but I was like, that's not funny. That's not funny. You know, I don't know. I think that that's probably a part of the blessing that my sister and I have. No one's ever been able to make us that upset. Nobody's ever been able to penetrate in that way. Because like I said, at a very young age, we decided to take our power back and tell our own story. And what I can say about my dad, like I said, is that I love him. I've always loved him, and I've never doubted his love for me. And so I think that you can say what you want. Like people always say, why do you call him a junkie? Why do you call him a crackhead? You think that's negative. I'm just speaking factual. But when I speak of my father, when I think of my father, when I see my father, I only see love. So I don't care if you're laughing at him, because your opinion really doesn't matter. My opinion is the one that matters, because he's my father. Right.
You don't really need understanding that I need it.
Right.
And I'm like, he has given me the best part of him.
Yeah.
So I'm appreciative for that.
Yeah.
And so I can separate while you're over there laughing. You know, my father loves to tell people, what did you do? Yeah, you can call me a junkie, but I produced 2 wonderful girls from Duval, the north side of Jacksonville, the poorest zip code in the entire state of Florida, 32209. And so for my father to be able to help us pull ourselves out of that kind of poverty, what are you laughing about? Yeah, he's an addict. It's unfortunate. I wish he wasn't. And just like your uncle, he's brilliant. Like brilliant. But he's still my father.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to let you rob me
I know that's
of
right.
that.
I would listen. I would give anything to have conversations with my dad.
Yeah, I talk to my
promise
dad
I
all
would.
the time.
I would. Like, I was jealous of my cousins because they still had their dads. And Father's Day, I just, you know, I mean, I have had an amazing stepdad, but still, it's just different. you know.
Yeah, because one thing I can say candidly, my father will show up, but I can't promise you if he's going to be sober. So I really got to a point where I accepted him. You know, I said, I meet you where you are.
Yes.
Yeah, like I never wanted to. It's almost like, you know, how a woman is being battered, and then the person who is battering her isolates her and pulls her away, and so she feels like she has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So I never wanted my father to feel like he had nowhere to go.
Absolutely.
Come home. Like, we will love you and take you as you are.
Yes.
So, and hopefully help you get, I mean, he tries
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I meet him where he is because if it was the reverse, I know he would take me in.
Yeah.
I know that he would meet me where I was.
Absolutely.
And like I say, he's given me the best part of him. And so I'm living in that appreciation and gratitude.
And with that, you know, because I've watched like a lot of bios and all the stuff that's on TV. I don't know if it's, you know, I was born in the 80s. I wasn't already here, but I was just born in the 80s. Did I just tell my age? Okay, whatever. Keep that moving. But, you know, they say once you try it once, you're addicted. Just instantly. That's the one drug you can't sit there and be like, well, I'm just going to see what's going to happen. Because that's just it. They say that's it.
So when he describes it or he talks about it, my daddy told me the first time that he took a hit, he knew not just that it was going to be a problem for him, that it would decimate our communities. Because it's an instant high that you're constantly looking for. He said he knew it from the very first hit.
Lord.
I mean, it's 45 years later. But I will say that there are other people in my family who had crack addiction who have managed to wean themselves off. They found the strength to stay sober. But they never take it for granted. They never say, oh, no, I'm not an addict anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every single day, they're like, today, I'm not getting high. That's the way they live 35 years later.
Wow. I don't even think I want to try it. That's why I ain't trying to go to Hollywood. Y'all ain't finna give me no parties with no candy dishes. I know what's in them candy dishes. I heard what's in them candy dishes. No. You brought a special guest.
I did.
Tell me who you brought.
Well, Iman Ramadan. So we're talking about the book. And just to make sure that the watchers understand, the, what do you call them?
Viewers.
Watchers, viewers, live audience. I'm new to the internet. But just so you understand, I did write a book. But I decided somewhere along this process or came to the decision that I wanted to break the book in a different way.
Okay.
I wanted to have my Beyonce moment,
Uh-oh.
so to speak. Meaning, you remember when she did her video album and no one had done it?
Yes.
I wanted some kind of big moment like that.
Okay.
And here comes Iman Ramadan. So full disclosure, Iman and I are besties.
Oh.
Yeah, it just
How long have you guys been besties?
Years. But we couldn't have predicted that we would have been able to go on this journey together or support each other
I love it.
or even bring out one another's passion. And so it's really fun when you get to do that
Good
with
way
your
of saying
bestie.
it.
Yeah. So Iman, when she was a younger, she's still young, but a younger woman, she pursued music and then decided that's not going to align with my lifestyle. She bowed out.
Okay.
Okay. But I always tell her she has God in her voice. She, like your uncle, she has the most amazing voice.
Okay.
And I
Friend.
so makes a very long story very short. After like tying her up, you know what I mean, gagging her and hypnotizing her, she agreed to do a soundtrack for The Daughter of a Junkie.
Everything
True Love
short of
Story.
drugging me.
Okay. So how long did that process actually take you?
To complete the soundtrack? Well, it wasn't a me thing. It was a we thing.
Okay.
Because the judge here literally step by step went through this entire musical process
Okay.
with myself and the producer. Shout out to Balewa Muhammad.
Your facial expressions are hilarious.
Yeah.
What I'm really thinking is fascinating to me how you have two African American women working together, number one, and then you guys are friends, and you guys just sitting here with you now, you are breaking so many barriers that we don't hear about. You know what I mean? Like, we always see black women on TV arguing, fussing, and fighting, and buying red.
You had
Saint
you had
Laurent.
to check.
Okay, whatever. They still fly though. You're still cute. But you know,
I'll
they
take
sit
it.
here and they show us all these things and they just spinning and spinning and spinning while you sitting there and you in poverty or your cardinal. I remember my car was about to get repoed and one of them housewives was spending my car note money on some shoes.
Wow.
I was like, if she just let me borrow like at least a cool $500, I could get to work tomorrow. You know what I mean? But you guys are breaking so many barriers because I'm sitting here thinking, dang, what's my longest friendship? That's why I said, how long have you guys been friends? Because I don't even know if I done made it past the 5-year mark.
Wow. Well, I think that we are very blessed in that because we were fortunate enough to find someone who, like, someone who's very close to both of us. He gave us the title, the odd couple. Yeah, because we are very different.
I
if
can
you're
see that.
looking from the
Can you?
outside.
For fun. Tell us what you see. I
I could be wrong, right? Because it normally go opposite.
Oh, this is good.
But I would think that you guys balance each other out in your friendship. I think you're the more outgoing friend, and she's the more quiet friend. But it could be opposite, though. I'm just going off what I see right now, because you're so
Pretty
calm.
insightful.
You're calm, you're cool, you're collected, and she's like, and
I can
see
get
that.
kind of lit, depending on what the circumstances call for. So
Not
no,
kinda
not always
lit.
calm and
But
collected.
I see the balance.
But yeah.
And you know,
That
I
was
love the odd couples. I was with my grandma and my aunt a lot, so I watched all the old shows, the Petticoat Junction, the Odd Couple, the Mary Tyler Moore, all that stuff. You know, so I get it, I see it. That's why I was like, how long y'all been friends?
yeah, but the truth is that our spirits and values align, which is probably why we are friends and why we have been
What
friends for
connected
so
us.
long.
Yeah.
Like, because from the outside in, the odd couple.
Yeah,
From the inside out, the perfect couple.
yeah. You have to surround
Great.
yourself. I realize I want to surround myself with more boss babes, as I call them, because I don't like the way my life going, and I need some new friends. I want to go to Coachella and have fun and, you know, do things with the girlfriends. And I know I'm older in life, but hey, oh well, okay. It's time to make new friends. I used to didn't like females at all, so that I'm a late bloomer.
Well, I think both of us also are naturally connected to the male species. So we have a lot of male friends. We have that in common as well.
Yes.
We're a guy's girl, so we can hang out with guys a lot. But I do think that we are very appreciative, though, of the support that we give one another as women.
Yes, you need that. You definitely need that.
And I appreciate even you pointing out tonight, because I don't think either of us has really thought of it in a way where we thought that we were breaking barriers as black women.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, like that was really.
That's a
Child,
need
you
for a
just
run
gotta,
a little
you just
bit.
gotta see stuff. We'll talk about it after the interview go off. Tell me about the soundtrack, because listen, I love it. It excites me. It does, because even in this industry that I'm in, is so cutthroat. Like, everybody wants to step on each other. And I'm like, why do you have to do that? Like, I feel like I'm the hippie, I'm the peacemaker, and I don't want none of that drama. I just want to show up, get my little interviews, go on to the house, go to sleep, watch a little Law and Order. I love Law and Order, by the way.
Me too.
I just want to let you know.
Everybody
You know.
loves Law and Order.
It's a great show.
All of them.
Longest
Excellent.
running.
All of them. Okay, tell me about the soundtrack. She helped. Who wrote the songs? Uh-oh.
We both did.
We both did.
Along with Balay
Balay Muhammad, yes.
So
We did.
You by knowing her, did it help knowing her and knowing her story?
So yes, but rewind a little bit. So I had no intention on getting back into music. But if you know anything about the judge here, when she has a vision and a will, they're going to meet. It's going to play out. 5 years old, 7 years old, 9 years old. She's a judge, 2023. And so she came up with this idea that she wanted something to be really different. Mm-hmm. She wanted it to be really cutting edge. She wanted it to usher in her memoir and her story in a very unique and entertaining way. Mm-hmm. Cool, you know what I mean? So I start the story always with, I only think in music. Even though I didn't want to do music, I think in music. So
hear in music.
Yeah. And so I'm like, let's do this playlist because I'm so intimately involved in the story. Because we kind of developed the story together, or went back and forth as she sat down and approached this book. And I'm like, well,
I had a writing consulting team. She was one of the consultants that was she has an English major from Hampton University.
Love it. I love English.
English
My
degree.
favorite subject.
Well, it's a minor actually, but yes. And so she is really, really hell-bent on what's already in her head, I now know. Mm-hmm. She kind of slow walked me through it. Mm-hmm. And I'm giving her this idea that she already knows she's not going to fuck with.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Go for it.
And I'm like, let's do a playlist, you know what I mean? We'll do some Marvin Gaye, some James Brown for the dad, you know what I mean? Well, because it takes place in the 70s and it's Duval, and I got a little this for me, a little that for mom. And she's like, okay, no. I'm like, okay, well, I can't help you.
She wants
no.
Original.
I know what we're going to do. And you know what? Now that I think about it, it was really already in her fucking head because she said it too fast.
Yeah.
She said it really fast.
It wasn't like her head when she was writing the book, when she came up with this vision.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
No?
Mm-mm. She was thinking about, I'm done with the book, because everything is compartmentalized with her. Like, she moves in stages. So it's like, okay, I'm going to write a book. Now I got to get the book out. So how am I going to get this book out? I need to do something different and cool.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody that, walks the traditional walk with panels and, talks, etc., and talk shows. Yes, but she wanted something that was a little more engaging.
A little extra.
Mm-hmm. And so
I really wanted to bring the story and the characters alive.
Yeah, hold that thought. I got another question.
She knew that she was bringing these stories alive, or wanted these stories to come alive in this particular way before she said it to me. But what I'm now realizing is that she needed a way to get it to me, because she knew I was not going to be receptive if she just said, hey, you want to sing an album for my song, my book? I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
That's a hell no.
No.
So she did what do you think? She played me. That's what I realized.
I have a law degree. Right?
Yeah, I got hustled.
No, I say
that about my marriage.
Presented.
I understand.
And convinced her.
Both ways.
She presented and convinced me, but she didn't do it straight up. She went like this.
Yeah. She had to finesse you a little bit.
Yeah, she did.
I understand.
But it wasn't really a finesse, because I still pushed back, and it was a 45-minute argument.
It's just 45 minutes. That ain't long. That's not long. We talking about, like, if you would have said y'all was into it for some months over
in all honesty, I was not convinced in the beginning. I had to be slow walked. It was like, okay, just let me see this, and let me try that, and then let me do this. And the way that the project unfolded, I can now sit here and say I am really proud of it, and it is amazing, and I'm really excited for the world to hear it, see it, feel it, read it. Whole thing.
So is there a movie?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's not a movie, but it's a visual.
It's a mini documentary.
Okay.
So the core four is what I call myself, my sister, and my parents. Mm-hmm. And so we are doing a mini documentary about the core four. We've already filmed it. Mm-hmm. We're in the editing stages of it. Mm-hmm. We're going to use the soundtrack to score the mini documentary. Mm-hmm. And so the mini doc and everything, we're going to have a screening. It's going to come out the same time as the book.
Yeah.
Along with the audio book.
You're going to do it here and in Florida?
Of course, absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
Now, how does daddy feel? Especially, I mean, yeah, the title alone. How does daddy feel?
You know, I always say, people always ask me that.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it interesting because no one ever says, how do you feel?
You wrote it.
Yeah, but you're not asking how I felt
About being the daughter of a junkie.
about being the daughter
Y'all
of a
worried
junkie.
about the
I'm
junkie's
the
feelings.
minor. I'm the kid. But you're worried about how the junkie feels that's
Yeah.
71 years old?
No, I'm worried about your dad. Take the junkie part out of it. It's your dad. It's your dad's story. It's your story as well.
Yes.
This is like the headliner. You wrote it.
Yeah.
I know you had to talk to daddy before you wrote it. I know you had to go and say, hey, daddy. Look. Well, you know what? It depends on what kind of daddy you had. Because my daddy used to know stuff before I did it, you know?
Well, I didn't do that, and I'm not the kind of girl who operates that way. My daddy didn't raise me that way.
Yeah.
So my daddy raised me to go get it.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't ask for his permission.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him I was writing.
Yeah, he was involved throughout the process.
I wrote 100 pages,
Yeah.
and then I let him read the 100
Yeah.
pages. And then when I had my first draft, I let him read the first draft. Not because I wanted his permission,
Yeah.
but because I respect his
Yeah.
opinion.
Absolutely.
And I also wanted to see if there were some things that he wanted to contribute. But to answer your question straight up, my father is equally as proud of me as I am of him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's 71 years old. And to be candid, none of us probably imagined that he would live this long. Not just as a junkie, but as a black man. And so for my father to make it to 71 years old, and I mean, he's not on any prescriptions.
Yeah.
He's in great health. He has all his faculties. If he is not high, he is still one of the most intelligent men that I know. Most analytical men that I know. And so, no, my father thinks he's the star of the book.
He's quite honored to answer your question.
Listen, I wouldn't have imagined she would have said anything other than just the fact of him being present and being there. He knows what it is.
I was
you know
going to
what
say, and I
mean?
think that he is confident in the relationship that they share.
Yeah.
He knows that his daughter is not going to be disrespectful in
Absolutely.
any form or fashion. So I think
Absolutely.
he really has the belief in her and also the confidence in what they share.
Yeah.
That whatever she did or said, he would support.
Ooh,
Yeah,
imagine
that
Daddy
is
at the red
I'm
carpet.
glad you said that because it brings up the daughter of a junkie. Yes, everybody focuses on that part. But the real story is the true love story. And so that's how we actually really encompass the soundtrack, the mini documentary, because what I am hoping and what my goal is that you fall in love with my father and my mother and my family before I give you all of this trauma that I went through.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you as a reader being mad or upset or not liking them.
Yeah.
Because not only do I love them, I respect them more than anyone.
Yeah.
They're my heroes.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to find a way to bring that to light. Like, I want you to be in love with my daddy the same way that I am. I want you to know that my mom is a superhero and walked through a school threatening to kill somebody that slapped me in my face in the 9th grade. That was my teacher. Because that woman could have destroyed me. But when my mom showed up and put her cape on and walked through those hallways and threatened her life and was willing to lay her life down for me,
Yeah.
it empowered me to continue. So yes, there's a lot of darkness.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trauma. There are a lot of things that a child shouldn't have seen or had to be a part of.
Yeah.
But the love that my parents had for me and my sister brought us out. The love is what we lead with. And so that is really what I hope the reader gets out of it.
Yeah.
this is a true love story.
So I wouldn't have focused on the first part of the title. I would have focused on it. But that's just, I love love. You know what I mean? And even trying to date, I can remember people making remarks to me, you looking for somebody like your daddy. Did you come from a broken home? Because I'm so sorry that you feel that way. But even if I was, what's wrong with that? My dad was a great man.
Absolutely.
What is wrong with that?
Yeah,
My
'cause
dad was a hustler.
my dad loved me unconditionally.
Yeah.
All I want is an unconditional love.
Absolutely.
Ha-
My dad
that's
told
not
me
a
one
hard
time
thing.
that how did he put it? He said that no man was ever going to love me the way that he loved me. Mind you, at this point, I'm like 15, 16. I'm like, he don't know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? But as I got older and I started dating and having failed marriage after failed marriage, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Let me go back. Mm-hmm. You know, my aunt just told me the other day, you know whose daughter you are. You know what you should accept and what you should not accept. And I know he's not physically here for me to talk to, but I talk to him in the house. And I just find myself saying, I hear you.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get it. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I would have focused on the love because I did come from that type of family. Taking family vacations
But
and
most
stuff.
of us did.
Yeah.
But for some reason, to your point, when you look in the media and different things, for some reason, it's trying to make us believe that our fathers, our men, our uncles are not present.
Yeah.
Which is a false narrative.
Right.
Because when you look at the real data, you see that black men are more involved in their families and their kids' lives, everyday lives, more than any other culture. They are more hands-on than anyone else.
I wonder why society puts it like that.
Yeah, like my dad taught me how to write my name, read, count. I mean, literally,
really.
Color. Like I don't mean like, I mean taught me literally. And so, yeah, that is the part that, other than eradicating the shame and stigma, I just want people to remember. Because I think we know. I want them to remember that we all come from an environment of love, but we've been convinced that it isn't because it's not painted that way.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Well,
Yeah.
JoJo, what you doing, JoJo? You watching? You actually watching the show? You watching the show? Look at that. We done helped the black man already. Told you, breaking barriers. You breaking barriers. You done saved JoJo's life in there.
Yes, we love black men. We did a song dedicated to black men.
Yes, it's called Message to the Black Man. One of
Okay,
my
play.
favorites.
Y'all played it for JoJo?
We did not.
No, we did not.
We haven't released that yet.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying that on the soundtrack, we have a song that is dedicated specifically to black men.
To our love for black men.
To our
roles
love for black men. And
our support for black men.
this actor, Medina, he is on Have and Have Nots.
Okay.
But before he was an actor, he was a rapper.
Oh.
A very talented rapper.
Really
Okay.
good.
So I brought a lot of people out of retirement, see? And he does a verse on
She
there.
didn't mean that like that. No, I'm just playing. She did. She
she
didn't mean
did.
it like that.
She did.
She retired. She left music. Deuces. No.
That's a whole nother interview by itself.
It is.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Medina. He killed that verse on there. So yeah.
He did.
JoJo,
JoJo, you're going to love
I
that
got something
record.
for you. And the rest of the black men out here. We love y'all.
We love it.
100%.
So before we let you get out of here, why don't both of you ladies tell everybody where they can find you at on social media?
Lord, she gonna kill me about this social media. That if the social media don't kill me, I don't know what will.
I've only been there for 6 months. I'm still learning, but I do know my name.
Don't.
So you're not on TikTok?
Absolutely not. I won't be on TikTok.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
No.
It makes sense.
Yes. I
She'll be
need
on
my
TikTok.
company. No, I need my companies in America on
6
U.S.
months, she gonna
soil.
be on TikTok.
Nope.
when she realized how to spin it for the better.
You understand that my day job, I
When they
still
start
have to
selling
consider.
Yeah, you can still do that.
Right.
You can still do
I
all that.
need
TikTok
you
start
as
selling books.
American.
She gonna be like,
I'm trying to say,
TikTok.
you know how many-
She gonna try to make me get the TikTok.
Listen, there is a lawyer on TikTok. She calls, you might know her. She goes by the breakup lawyer. You know who the breakup lawyer is? Yeah.
You do? She's talking to my daughter. Shout out to Mia Michelle.
Well, Mia says she know who the breakup lawyer is. This lawyer made me want to go get a divorce. Like I,
What?
Yeah. I did. I
want to keep black
No, I'm married. I'm remarried. I'm saying I found her when I was about to go through the other divorce, and I
Okay.
just thought she was phenomenal. This lady, she's bad. She's beautiful. She's smart. She was making them TikToks. I was like, yes. She said, "This what you do to put him on child support?" Hey,
Girl, she
and
gonna be on TikTok.
she dancing and she
just ain't-
pointing
she
with
didn't
it.
figure it out yet.
JoJo, where's the camera? Can you zoom in? I'm never going to be on TikTok.
Do me a favor.
Keep
Send
the
me a
receipts.
video. Of
I
that,
will.
please.
I will. I will
Keep the
absolutely.
receipts.
I'm
I
going.
will never
send it to me.
specifically
on TikTok.
saving
Send it
this
to me.
clip.
I don't want to hear no excuse about it either. But they ain't say it was going. I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah, because this has nothing to do with your day job. We talking about the book. We talking about
I'm
promoting the
never
book.
going, let me be, because I can't control if somebody posts something on TikTok.
No.
I'm never going to have an account on TikTok. Okay?
We don't.
Your daughter
believe
don't
you.
believe it. She
Me
don't
neither.
believe you. I don't believe you. That's 3
nobody
against 1.
believes you.
I don't think JoJo believe you, but we can't see his
JoJo
face.
believes me.
She might try not to now and hold off just because she went ahead and said all of this, but
No, I have strong beliefs against it.
No,
so.
and let me tell you why. This is why. Because each different platform has a different audience.
Agreed.
Right? TikTok, you're going to reach a different audience. Instagram, you're going to reach a different audience. Facebook, that's what they say the grandmoms and the granddaddies.
I don't even know how to work Facebook, so I must be a grandma and a granddad. Because I mean, it's
No, that's
very
where they at.
confusing.
That's where they at.
Facebook is that's their jam.
But grandmas and granddaddies buy books.
No, they listen.
So do TikTok people.
They listen. They get it on Kindle and Fire Stick and all
Oh,
that
I'm going to have an
stuff.
audiobook for
See what
them.
I'm saying? That's what. Listen, you got to be on all the platforms to reach all the people because you got your daddy in the book. You talking about your life in the book. 2 different
I'm talking
generations.
about my
right there.
grandmother, who's
Your
90
grandmother.
years old, who
You
is
talking about your
amazing.
kids?
Of course, I talk about my
That's
kids.
another generation. I'm just telling you the different platforms.
I appreciate this educational service you've given me, but I'm not getting on TikTok.
You will. I'm gonna help you. Don't worry about it. I got you covered.
No.
Now I'm not gonna. I don't suggest you do the things that I do because I hurt my knees one time and it was a problem.
Oh, I guess
so
that's another show too.
Yeah, that's another. When JoJo was in my knees on my back. It was something. It was both. Okay, yeah, it was both.
My back.
Yeah, it was all of that. Listen, that wasn't a song though. I think it was Meg the Stallion. Where can
Okay.
they find you on TikTok?
Yes. I'm
Good
not
one.
on TikTok, but I am on Instagram, the daughter of a junkie. I'm on Twitter, Junkie's daughter.
Not Twitter.
How you got a Twitter without TikTok?
Right. How you got
There's
a
no,
Twitter?
JoJo, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just all
How
over
you
the
got a
place.
Twitter and not a
Please.
Facebook? That's
I have
Don't
a
even
Facebook.
run.
It's called the daughter of a junkie.
Okay.
I just don't know how to work it.
Oh, that's what it was.
It's
She ain't
very
figured it out yet.
complicated.
It's not.
But you can work Twitter. You can tweet.
Barely. The only thing I really focus on is Instagram. I'm doing it like one platform at a time.
You do
So
know it's the app that lets you do posts like at all of them at the same time.
it does that, but that's all it does. I don't know how to engage on those platforms. You know what
Okay.
I mean? And I know that engagement is, an important part of it. So I engage on Instagram because it feels like it's an iPhone app. It's very user friendly.
I am done.
That's your bestie.
I drive me crazy on social
Like
media.
the TikTok say, that's mine. And you going to stick beside her. So there
That's
you go.
right.
There you go right there. What's
Pray
your
for me.
What's your Instagram?
Y'all can find me at the Fresh Hotel, 2 H's.
Hey. You
Big
know,
Fresh
you can
Hotel.
find me at Miss Mo Clark, Miss Media Bay, DaPost Up. I'm on TikTok. I don't even know what my name is on TikTok. I got who? OnlyFans.
Oh no.
Oh no, I never signed up for OnlyFans. The girls couldn't give me clarity on exactly what you do. I mean, they say they don't live dangerously on there, but I mean,
For the record, we don't have an OnlyFans either.
I listen. I wouldn't even ask you that. I know
And
which guest to ask that question.
I want to say it again in the camera. I'm never going to have an OnlyFans.
Now that I believe.
No one thought she would. Okay.
Now
No
that
one's looking
one
for your OnlyFans.
That one is very believable.
And I like that you believe me.
I believe that. The TikTok, I don't believe that. The OnlyFans, hands down, I'm with you on that, sister girl. I don't believe, and no, we good. You stay just pure like you are.
Pure might be an exaggeration, but I'm not going there.
Okay.
I am from Duval, the north side. So,
Hey.
again, I don't run from who I am.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. JoJo, what we doing? We still on? We still not on? We not? What we doing? What you want me to do? We about to go? Tell
You want us to talk some more, JoJo? Why didn't JoJo put up the phone number so the people could call us? This is like when I was growing up and you get phone calls on the radio.
She can't see it. She thinking she want to see it on screen. You see
I could have had my aunties calling.
It's on Facebook.
You know, I could have told people.
Did y'all share the link?
Yeah.
Yes. I think
so. Look, I think we did
Let me
right.
say this. I shared something.
You should have gave the baby the phone and just told her to do it.
Right, we should have. We should have let me and Michelle handle it.
Yes, because the book is coming out August 22nd. I'm going to come back with Mo and JoJo. Who your names rhyme? JoJo and Mo, Mo and JoJo.
All right.
Boy, that's going to be a good clip right there, JoJo.
Jeez Louise.
Listen, we are going to come back August the 27th. Is that what you said?
22nd.
The 22nd. The book comes. Okay. I'm going to put it on my schedule, and then we're going to work around all of that.
Yeah.
So I can figure out your whole red carpet and all of that stuff.
And you're going to come to the screening?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to interview the
have
people.
A lot of good stuff. Oh, I would love that. You get the people.
Your daddy going to have on a fur coat because he's the
My
star.
daddy is not.
He the star. What?
My daddy going to have on a T-shirt. He the king of the knockoffs.
That's who should have called in.
I know.
That's who should have called in. That's a whole nother show, I bet.
Yeah, maybe we can get him here. Because those little children I told you about, they live here. He visits them. So maybe we can coordinate it, and I can come back with my daddy. My daughter is looking like, why would you do that?
She like, no.
I would love that. I would love. Don't you talk about your granddaddy?
I'm not talking about my granddaddy. I'm talking about something else. I ain't talking about my granddaddy.
Okay.
About.
We finna go off camera so I can find out what she's talking about.
This was so fun. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Jerry. This was an excellent idea.
Oh, I'm like, who's Jerry?
Jerry Clark.
I know. I thought you was calling JoJo.
I'm surprised he didn't
Jerry.
show up.
Like
Jerry loves to show up to something where I'm at, where he wasn't even invited. Jerry, are you outside? Like, did they not let you in?
That could happen. Jerry really knows where the station is. He's been here before, so.
He's waiting at the car.
And thank you, JoJo.
Thank you, JoJo.
Thank you, JoJo.
Bye, guys. Good night. Dang, I should have.
Gotta keep it posted. Gotta keep it posted. We got more clock posted with the poster. Bring it to know you're ready. Posted with the poster. When you turn on, you're ready. From the streets to the television, we keep it going, ain't no intermission. From the streets to the television, we keep it going, ain't no intermission.
Look, you know we poppin', just name a topic. Posted up like a palm tree in the tropic. Rozzy on the beat, make you wanna come and see. Mo to the C, radio to TV. You know she putting in work like she clocked in. Celebrity guest, never guess who gon' drop in. Television's best like a S on the chest. Who's next? Say less, cause you rockin' with the best.
Mo clock, posted with the poster. When you turn on, you're ready. Posted with the poster. When you turn on, you're ready. keep it going, ain't no intermission.